unique 4-grain recipe. Smooth up front with a little Kentucky kiss on the back. This is a bourbon for all of life's moments and celebrations. Available across the United States. We give back to those who wore the uniform and serve our communities.
Well, I did it again. I apologize, but hello. Welcome to the podcast. That's right. The Lost Art Project, Veterans Voices. It is not Jarhead Hot Takes. I apologize. I did it again. I did it on the last one.
I was on with you, Jarhead Hot Takes, earlier today, so it must have just been, yeah.
I know, right? I don't know. Well, let me finish this up. To all the listeners out there, man, if you enjoy the podcast, make sure you go to the website. That's lostart.podbean.com. Go check us out, see what we're all about. There's a couple ways you can support us here on the podcast. You can always go there and, whoa, I lost it. You can click on the one-time donation link. You can also become a patron with a monthly donation. You could go get you some cool gear, or if you want to advertise, you can do that right here on the podcast. A big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project out there doing amazing things. If you don't know anything about them, go check them out. If you do know something about them, go check them out again, because they're always putting new stuff out. But you can find them at tillvalhallaproject.com. Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps Veteran Service Organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member. All right, we are back, man, alive. I've got a good friend here. We go back a couple of years, but Nic Cooklin, first sergeant retired, motivated Marine. I'm excited to have you on to hear your story. I only know a small portion of your story, so I'm excited to hear the whole thing, man.
Well, I'm excited to tell it. Nervous, to be honest.
No reason, man. It's just me and you having a chat, dude.
That's cool, man. I love that, dude. And I do. I feel like we go back to the swim tank there in San Diego,
That's right.
and we're just chatting. So that's cool. That makes me feel right at home.
Yeah. I'm glad we could do that. But so, hey, man, let's start at the beginning for you. Like, tell me about where you grew up. What was that like? And then what drew you to military service?
Okay, brother, we could do that. I was thinking I'd start from the rear and go, what do you call it? The aft, and go to the bow. But let's do the bow, man. Because
hey, let's do it. Let's do it your way, man. Go ahead.
Boy, what if we just bounce around, bro? Because that's how I roll.
Well, hey, let's bounce.
First thing I'm going to say is this. I just want to give thanks to God, and thanks for the opportunity to be here with you, man. You are awesome. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I've not seen any of your interviews. When I was backstage here, the last guy you had on, I didn't know I was going to be doing that, but you sent a format, it's where are you from and all that. And so I'm just going to let it roll. So, man, I was born in Esterville, Iowa I'm going to cry.
It's all good, man.
Give me a second. Already. Born in Esterville, Iowa. Very small town, right? So meat packing town back in the 60s. My grandfather, Don Wentworth, passed when I was 7 years old. He lived out there. That's my mom's dad. And then my dad's dad, Marv Cooklin, drove truck. He's a World War II veteran. I have his cruise book.
Oh, wow.
Right here in front of me, if we get a chance. When he was in World War II, he deployed from New York on a ship, landed in Paris, France, and marched across Europe to Hitler's doorstep. Really, really interesting stuff. So that's kind of, I come from a military family.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what? Your hat, dude, is legit.
Wow.
Your hat is legit, but my hat, though, see.
That's what I'm saying. I like the feather.
I got two, man. One's a turkey feather. I think it's from a hen that's been scooting around my property. I'm trying to find that Tom, dude. Turkey season, I think, is coming up, if it's not already upon us. I put my trail cam up today. It was nuts. But yeah, so born in Esterville, Iowa, small place. Um, Lived in Ruthven, Iowa, in a farmhouse up atop of a hill. Rode bareback on a quarter horse named Bell when I was 5 years old. And my dad was an amazing guy, a Marine himself. Who, by the way, when my recruiter called, guess what he says?
What's that?
You call back here again, and I'll kill you. Right? So that's how my military career started prior to entrance. You know, my dad threatening the recruiter.
That's awesome.
And so I'm bouncing around. So if you could stay with me here. So Esterville, Iowa, Ruthven, Spencer, Iowa, small towns, Northwest Iowa, beautiful area, Great Lakes. That's where I'm at now. Retired from Paris Island. An amazing privilege to serve alongside the drill instructors that do what they do as a company first sergeant. And that's a whole other deal. Like that's one thing I said, as an infantryman, 0331 originally, out of K Bay, Hawaii, Kaneohe Bay, Hawaii, from 95 to 99 was my initial tour. Boy, I deployed 3 times, one of them a volunteer deployment. Golden Shellback on 97 Karat. Some of those Marines might watch this, and I'm not gonna expose anybody for what happened, downrange. Man, we had some live fire training events all over Southeast Asia, Australia, and I got a cool story to tell you. I think it's cool, a funny story. Of one of my best friends and I, we were up in a hotel room in Australia. Cairns, Australia was one of the Libo ports. We also did some live fire training, but we had one night. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
I'm hopping around. We had one night where, as Lance Corporals, my buddy Kelly Owlsbury and I, my brother, we got Liberty out in Cairns, from the ship. USS Frederick, maybe, if I can remember correctly. And of course, the last, we're out dinking around and there's like little pubs and stuff that one of them was like a dance club, man. They had bubbles going everywhere, European chicks all over the place. We had a good time. And we go up to the hotel and we're trying to find a hotel. And there's only one. This is back in 1997, man. Only one hotel left in Cairns, Australia. I think it's Cairns. And of course, it's like $300. So maybe that's $1,000 today from 97 to now. But it was spendy, bro. And we were like, we're not going back to the ship, So we stay in a room, man. And I know this is only 2 hours. I'm only going to be able to touch wave tops here, at tip of the iceberg, if you will. But like you said earlier, maybe we could do a couple episodes. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who knows what kind of feedback you get, whatnot from my dumb behind, but nonetheless, we called like little Lance Corporals with high-end tights out there. I had a pair of Wrangler tight jeans on back when I had like a 34-inch waist. I still have the belt today. I still have the cowboy boots today, that I'm gonna be referencing in just a second, bro. But I don't know how many people know this story. I know my family does, and I know my best friend Kelly, man. Whew. We were just talking about this the other day. But anyways, man, wake up call. We call the front desk, right? Wake up call. We didn't have cell phones back then, dude. We didn't have set the alarm. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we sleep in. What do? We sleep in. The hotel, whatever. We don't have time. I roll over, look at the little alarm clock. Remember back in the day, little digital alarm clocks went. And it's, I don't know. We were supposed to be back on ship by 09. It's what, 10:30, 11?
Oh.
And I elbow my buddy. We're in like a king bed, dude. I roll over, I elbow him. I'm like, we're fucking late, bro. What the fuck? And so we jump in our stuff. We drop our socks. We grab our whats, and we hit the road, man. I got these tight ass Wranglers, a Justin pair of boots, and a belt that matches. I wish I could show them to you. I still got them. My wife had them resold for me. God bless her. They've seen some miles. We ran probably 4 to 5 city blocks. I don't want to put too much frosting on the cupcake, but I'm talking tight jeans, bro, and clip clap. And my buddy will tell you, if you ever have him on, I'll bet he will be on. His name's Kelly Arsbury. You can write it down. He is awesome, dude. Got a whole story about him. But I'll tell you, we were running, dude, and we get back to the ship finally. We're out of breath, and he's like, man, I was right behind you, and those daggum freaking Justin boots were clickety-clacking 5 city blocks sprinting, bro. So this is before the CFT. It was way more than a half mile.
Oh, I
And
love it.
and our first sergeant is up on the ship. I don't even call it the what do you call that? That little
The
gang. It's
plank,
not a gangplank. You're not. We're
gangplank,
not.
yeah.
It might as well have been a gangplank because he's standing there. We're running up, out of freaking breath, dying. And he says this, and Kelly will tell you. You can ask him to tell you this story too. And we reference it all the time over the years. He says, "Cooklin and Allsbury, my two little angels." Oh man, awesome, dude. Well, and I don't know. This was probably the fourth libo port, right? I'm sorry, dude. Am I going off the rails right now, or am I
No,
good?
you're good, man. You're
You got to
good.
keep me honest, brother Andrew, man.
No,
Thankful
you're good.
Thursday. I'm thankful for you. Um, Cookland and Allsbury, my two little angels. We didn't get NJP'd. We should have. But if I recall correctly, and I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, I didn't say what unit it was. Bravo. Oh, no. It was Landing Force Karat, 1997. It wasn't even. We came from Bravo Company, and we went and dude, death runs prepping for this thing, dude. We had a CO of this LF Karat, Landing Force Cooperation Afloat and Training, 1997. That CO dude, he would run us in Hawaii. And one time, dude, about 2/3 of the formation of our company that were pulled from Alpha Bravo Charlie Company, 1st Battalion, 3rd Marines, Lava Dogs, right? They pulled us, man. So we got back from our first deployment, Kelly and I. I'm a machine gunner. He's a 0351 assaultman. And if you do have him on and you write this down, ask him to tell you a story about the anti-tank assaultman, his counterpart, who was a Malaysian senior staff NCO. Like, we got drunk with this guy, dude. And he was like, oh, like hugging on my buddy because they were both anti-tank assaultmen. It was a crazy night. Triple canopy
Oh,
jungle, Malaysia, all over the place. That was one of the most awesome experiences, man. I can't even tell you, dude. Just nuts. Just nuts. So getting back on track, you talked about the hats, man. So I wore a different hat, a felt hat today. I just happened to impromptu hop on with you for the Jarhead talk. I was
yeah.
wearing a felt hat earlier today that I bought when my sister Leah passed away a few years back, maybe two
Right.
and a half years now. If my wife's not here to sanity check me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I get you.
She'd be like, yeah, it was exactly this date, you know. And so
Yeah.
it was November 18th, 2000, 2 or 3 years ago. And in Minneapolis, man, we were there. I was there for a couple of weeks, bro. I was the company first sergeant for Alpha Company, first
Mhm.
recruit training battalion in Paris Island. What an honor and a privilege to serve in that capacity. I was blessed to have an amazing Sergeant Major DeCosimo, who gave me the opportunity to serve as the battalion sergeant major there for weeks at a time, man. And that was just a testament to, I believe, his belief in me. And I don't know where it come from. You know what I mean? And you know how it
Mhm.
is. People will tell you. I know you know how it is because I know how good of a leader you are. You took care of me, man, when I was on quota after 6.5 cycles on the depot, San Diego, where real Hollywood. You want to talk to the? Hey, I know the difference, dog, because I was a recruit Mike company, right? In 1995, dog, I was on Yellow Footprints 2 weeks after graduating high school. And
Yeah,
so this
buddy.
ain't gonna be like the art and science talks you're used to. I don't know. I don't know, man. But I love it, bro. I'll tell you right now, I'm hopping around. You with me?
Yeah, we're good. You keep on going, man.
So the chief instructor of infantry unit leaders course, his name was Marshall Pyle. Now, I don't know about you, but Marshall, I think Marshall Dillon, Gunsmoke, all this trash. And
Oh
this
yeah.
dude was all that, man. I was just talking to him the other day. It's just like a brief thing. I don't talk to him like that, but after this, maybe I will. And you talk about suicide prevention and stuff like that. And I'm not going to say name names, but one of the instructors for IULC there, and I'm going to tell you the point is art and science. Help me back there if I lose it, if I go
All
off
right.
track too
Got it.
far. Art and science. Um, Marshall Pyle, chief instructor. One of the instructors was a bald-headed, I believe, LAR type, and he was a beast, bro. When you think about a bulky, heavy-set 0300 type, what's
Yeah.
that movie? Heartbreak Ridge, man.
Oh yeah.
You want to talk suicide, man? He took his own life. I found out years later, and it's absolutely out of control, dude. Because
Wow.
I'm talking the young men and women that have served our country, dude. If they only knew, you know, if it were up to them, politicians. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. We're not going to get political. If it were up to the media, and I didn't even mean to say that. Honestly, I think a lot of politicians are doing their darn best. I
Yeah.
mean, we want to talk positivity. You watch Instagram, you watch all this trash. It's all about division. Okay.
Yeah.
And,
True.
and
Yeah.
only the people. So you remember Macho Man Randy Savage? Oh,
Oh,
yeah, brother.
yeah.
And
Preach it, man. Keep
he
going.
takes a little cream, right? And he puts it in his hand. He's like, listen here, Mean Gene Okerlund. And the Marines that I've served with are gonna know because I would drop this trash right here, this Macho Man voice on the USS Independence when we were put on a ship in '98. This is my third deployment, but we'll get there. Back it up. Back it up. So I get excited, man. I'm telling you, dude.
It's good. It's good. I'm
It's
loving it.
it's awesome, dude. But I'll tell you, it's not always well received. And I feel like we're on a veterans thing right now, and either you're a veteran or you know somebody who is. So just take notes that at some point in your service and thereafter, whether you're a one-termer, I mean, there's movies, Hollywood movies made about it. They can't even touch the tip of the iceberg.
True.
Macho Man Randy Savage says the cream rises to the top. You know, if you ain't seen it, you
Mhm.
could Google goggle it. It's there. I'm not going to do the impression. I do a pretty good one, but anywho, boy, art and science. So the fact that it was the lost art really grabbed my attention. Did you come up with that?
Well, there's a lot of the lost arts, but yeah, so I came up with that
Sure.
whole thing, talking about the lost arts of life, right? Like changing a car tire, for example, is a lost art.
Ugh.
So that's
Jack
where
of
it
all
started.
trades, buddy.
Yeah,
Jack of all trades. Yep.
yeah,
Well, you know, a lot of people think that jack of all trades is not a good thing because they only hear the first half of that. Do you know the end of that little euphemism, whatever you
yeah.
might call it, metaphor?
Mm-mm.
Well, jack of all trades, I'm going to butcher this. A jack of all trades, uh, but a master of none, right?
Right.
To
Okay. Yeah,
imply
yeah.
that's the first half of it. And a lot of people, that's all they hear. And they
Hmm.
think that, you know, some people can just dip their toe in the pool here and they think that's what that means, but it doesn't. It goes on to say is far better than just a master of one,
Mm.
right? So what do we preach in the Marine Corps? The whole Marine concept, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right, man. So we're talking art and science. So I'm painting the down canvas right now. Art, you with me, brother?
I'm there.
I just got these readers like a week ago, and I'm still trying to figure them out, man. I got 2010 vision, which is great. I can see a damn 300 yards. I can see a gnat's ass. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it worked well for me in the Marine Corps. But I got to hold this trash out here, see if I can read any fine. Boy, I got these readers on, and all of a sudden I can read the labels to the supplements that I'm taking because I'm an old 48-year-old man, retired jarhead up in this mug. Devil dog Chapultepecker, and I got to have supplements, you know, because I'm trying to get back in shape, man. I was 236 pounds, heaviest I've ever been, and still out there running with these kids, junior high kids and football kids, man, sprinting past
Dang.
some of these kids, man. So, but since then I'm down to 217, bro. And
That's good, man.
for reference, my
Yeah.
story when I started my senior year of football, uh, I was 217 pounds back in 1995.
No
So back
kidding.
to the beginning. Art and science, though. So I'll go
Art
back
and
to the
science.
beginning after this. So the lost art. So our chief instructor there at Infantry Unit Leaders Course in not Horno. Is it Horno? No. The Staff Academy there. Have you ever been to San Diego Staff
Yeah.
Academy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
buddy, those mountains, dude. You want to talk
Oh
the
yeah.
difference between East Coast and West Coast, bro? I seen it up close and personal. And the truth is here's the answer. When everybody wants to know, what's the difference between East Coast and West Coast Marines? Alpha Company, first arm, bro. Alpha Dog. You think that don't mean something?
I love it.
Paris Island. That's where I finished. Alpha
Uh-huh.
Company. Alpha
Yeah.
Diamond. I'll read this for you later. What the plaque says is stinking hilarious. But Marshall Pyle talked to us about the art and science of operations on the battlefield, right? The
Hmm.
application thereof. What's better, art or science? And
Hmm.
it just really opened my eyes to, you know, I'd already been a platoon sergeant, filling a platoon sergeant role in Iraq with 3rd Battalion, 3rd Marines, America's Battalion at that point, right? I'm
Yeah.
in 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines at this time, and they finally send me to IOLC, and it's not anybody's fault. It's tempo, it's combat operations that were going on,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
here I
Yeah.
am, a sergeant, and I'm coming back into the Marine Corps in 2004. I'm hopping around for real, right?
Hmm.
2004, I come back into the Marine Corps after being out in 99 to
Hmm.
2004, almost 5 years. Well, 2003, I get my because you sign up for 4 and 4 inactive, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2003, I get my honorable discharge and my thanks for playing trash, right? Well, 9/11 happened, 2001, right? Is that
Mm-hmm.
correct? Sanity check me.
Yeah.
November
Yeah.
11th,
Yeah.
sound right?
Yep.
9/11, right? So I just got married in September of that same year,
Mm-hmm.
okay, to my beautiful first wife, Brenda. You know, things didn't work out for us. Maybe we'll talk about that later. How much time we got on the clock?
Oh man, we're at 20 minutes. You're good.
Okay, brother. So yeah, man. And I go to the recruiter. Guess what? Kelly Allsbury. I talked to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's one of my best buddies we served. He was 0351. We were weapons platoon in a line company. So I carried a 240 Golf.
Nice.
I was the ammo man for a lot of time, and I'm like, let me get on that gun, dog. You know, you got the team leader, you got the
Yeah.
daggum gunner, and you got the ammo man, right?
Right.
In a machine gun team, 2 teams per squad, 3 squads, 2, 4, 6, talking guns, pick them deep. 0331. Ah!
I'm loving it. This is
Telling you,
good.
man. I'm telling you, man. And if you don't know about it, so anybody who's watching this, you can just check my Facebook page. I've been flashing a bunch of crap. I don't know why. It's old school stuff. I think it's your fault, man. But I'm thankful for you because it's Thankful Thursday. Hey, man, people have been telling me I'm nuts, dude. I'm starting to wonder. You know what I'm saying? And we're
No,
good though. It's not. It's energy that people aren't used to. That's all, man.
I think you're perfectly sane. I'm digging it, so it's all good.
I appreciate that, brother. I really
Yeah.
do.
I
So
don't
where are we at?
I don't even worry about what everybody else says. So
Man, proudest moment. I heard you ask that. Can I do it now, or you want me to save it to the end?
oh, you want to do it right now? No, go ahead, man.
Jeremy, you say you always ask soup. Look out now, we're getting crazy. So my proudest moment in my Marine Corps career, there's a couple of them, but
Yeah.
this right here is my youngest sister, Renee, and
Uh-huh.
that's me at 175 pounds after being a diet recruit. I was extremely athletic, strong as they come, played football, and I don't want to put too much frosting on the cupcake, but that's me hugging my sister after 13 weeks of some
Yeah.
of the most difficult things I ever did in my life. And I ain't afraid to say it because I did some really crazy things, bro. And then let's see, this is me marching by, skinny as a rail. Man, I went in boot camp, and this ain't a dig, dude, because here's the thing: you can look at it a couple different ways.
Yeah.
Let me bring back this camera. So I went in probably 195 pounds, dude. So they measured me at 5'9". Well, the thing is, I'm 5'9" and a tick past half. See, so what happens? Marine Corps order says you
Mhm.
rotate. Yeah, I know this because I was a first sergeant. Okay, let's get
Yeah.
real, Master Guns. Come on, dog.
Yeah. 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 No, I
Yeah.
know. Keep it going.
And that ops chief knows it too. And
Yeah.
if he's worth his salt, like Carl Mirarchi is, that sniper 2-5 who also took care of me. So you took care of me at the pool, man. I was going through a
Yeah.
difficult time when I was a drill instructor. The first time, like all drill instructors do.
Mhm.
What eventually ends up happening is because of the high pace, you cannot focus. Well, you can. Time management. They told us in DI school, right? How many
That's
times?
true.
Time
Yeah.
management, brother. Yeah. And I had some great squad instructor. My squad instructor is a current sergeant major of the Marine Corps, Carlos Ruiz. Say
Oh, no
something
kidding.
back. He recruited in Hollywood, California. I believe he was a supply warehouse clerk to begin with. And it's just a testament to all MOSs have the opportunity to become leaders in the
Yeah.
Marine Corps. What an amazing leader he was, man. The guy could march. I've seen videos of him. Oh, by the way, 2TAC 07.
Mhm.
If you Google goggle that, you're going to find a pretty awesome pickup by the gunnery sergeants of 2TAC 07, the squad instructors. They kick us out of the classroom. Everybody gets online. They're all screaming. You can see Sergeant Major Gunny Ruiz at the time running through. And
Mhm.
man, they're screaming at folks. Guess what? Guess what happened? We're in the squad bay. You remember it, right? You know how it goes
Yep.
down.
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
Well, I heard Daniel Arzola, he went to DI school. That's a whole nother
Mhm.
thing. He was the other mobile assault platoon platoon sergeant in Iraq, Barwana, Iraq, which is right across from Haditha, and the Haditha Dam was the
Right.
headquarters for 3rd Battalion, 3rd Marines, which happens to run on the Euphrates River. I didn't know
Mhm.
this until last week. I kept calling it the Tigris, and I had my kid Emmett, and Ryder was there too. Emmett's 11, Ryder's 16. And I don't know if it says on the thing, but it asks for a title. And I consider
Mhm.
myself a father, a teacher, a coach, and a mentor. And the
Yeah.
only reason, and a student, right? Because we got to remember that follower leader relationship.
Right.
Forever a lifelong learner, I think is what that's the idea, right?
Hmm.
You got trains going by, bro.
I
Blow
do.
that plane out of the day. Blow that plane out. Plane, an
Sorry. Yeah.
automobile. Same, but different.
The trains like to go by here. They go by quite a bit.
I mean, this experience, man, we're talking 20, 30 minutes into it, dude. Tip of the iceberg, bro. Tip of the iceberg. I won't even attempt to capture it all, but I'm going to try and do my best to give some highlights. At this point, most people have tuned off and logged off. Probably a few people that I tell about this video. Hopefully, it can reach a few folks because
Oh, it will.
I don't know, man. I'm just here to bring the energy. I'm here to bring the fire. You know, I've been watching these Instagrams trash and all this stuff, man. And it's like, I'm following. Yeah, I might follow Top G. What's that dude's name? Whatever. He's a little cocky for me. He doesn't have a lot of humility because to me, it's never been about money. It's always been about service. It's always been about, like I said to him in the very beginning, dude. Am I talking too fast?
No, you're good. No,
Okay,
keep
man.
going, man.
Very beginning, I was raised by two very God-fearing people. My parents, which that's gonna make woo! That right there, just talking about them, it's crazy. They've had my back. They've had my back, man. Um, and we lived in Iowa until I was about 7 years old, and my sister was 5. We moved to Seattle, Washington, and I grew up there.
Okay.
University District of Washington. I would walk a half mile to the bus with my sister, and she was only 5. Here we are in the U District. And my folks are from rural Iowa. They don't know. They're not even,
Yeah.
my mom, she'll tell you, she'll watch this and she'll laugh. We talk about it all the time. She's like, I let you guys just go for miles to the stinking bus stop. I'm such an idiot, you know? And it's like, but we were good. That's the resilience that got built into us, man. We didn't have a cell phone, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't have a pager. You
Very
know, my
true.
mom had to say a prayer when I left. I was in
Mhm.
God's hands. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Drive-by shootings in the U District, man. Okay, anyway, so then we first moved to Ballard Elementary School, Loyal Heights. I mean, this is pretty just the outskirts of Seattle, man. We
Yeah.
eventually made our way to Seattle, Tacoma. Lived a couple city blocks longer than what I had to run, shorter than when I had to run back to the ship when
Right.
Cooklin and Allsbury, my two little angels. Oh man! Hey, and if Daniel Arzola's watching, I referred to him real quick. He retired as a sergeant major. I did
Mhm.
not. Peer group, broken time, didn't work out. But we went. We were going to go to the same DI school class from Iraq. We decided this. We dabbed it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we're
Yeah.
doing it. F it, man. Like, we're going to teach the next generation what we know, our knowledge and experience from combat. And it's But just like my buddy Justin Nalling in high school, for whatever reason, I was going to go on the buddy program with him, and Danny and I were going to go to DI school together. He would have been part of 2TAC 07, which is pretty famous, by the way. Our attrition rate was sick, man. I'd be willing to bet, just spitballing, bro, that
Mhm.
half of that class got relieved. We used to say it. We used to. I hope I find the picture. I got a lot of pictures, man, and albums. I got stuff, dude, from overseas, IEDs. You could stand it in a road. The RTR Sergeant Major was part of the log train one night that came from Haditha to Barwana. They got blown they got hit.
Yeah.
And, my mobile assault platoon and Danny Arzola's mobile assault platoon would protect the route, Phoenix and Raptors, to the dam from Barwana. 1-3, we relieved 3-1, but 1-3, I believe they were still using Amtrak's, and they found
Mhm.
out later it's not a good idea because double stack anti-tank mains and
Mhm.
Amtrak's don't equate. So, anyways, it was in the news back then, and this is what my wife and family was hearing before
Yeah.
I deployed to Iraq, that the unit in the same town that you're going to had an Amtrak that got blown however many feet. And they all, just the back pressure killed them all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
man, we've traveled those roads, man. Over 100 combat deployments. My teeth are ground down. I've had to have them built up when I was a mountain warfare instructor, the enamel replaced. And I still
Wow.
chew on my teeth, and I usually got a big fat chaw on my lip, too. And that just, I mean, in DI school, they don't know it. Don't tell the current sergeant major of the Marine Corps. Don't tell them, dog. Don't tell them, man. We had canteens, right, to drink
Yeah.
water. Well, I had a little pinch of Copenhagen snuff in my lip, and I would, I just take a little drink from my canteen, and I just, I'd gut it. So, anyways,
Yeah.
man, But if you look up DI school 2-07, you'll find it. And I'm walking up and down the squad bay, and nobody's saying shh to me. I'm in the drill instructor highway. Imagine if a recruit
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
you get lit up, right?
Uh-huh.
That didn't happen, dude. I was freaking down, fresh from Iraq, and I don't think I was thinking straight, dog. I was up and down, except for one gunny who ended up being a first sergeant. He was an O3 type. He got in my face and loosened the earwax in my earlobes. Just
Oh,
one, but
okay.
I went up and down the highway a couple, 3 times, man. And the camera catches it. You can watch it.
Oh, really?
You can watch it.
I
It's
have to go
legit.
back to see it because I've seen that video, but I'll have to go back and watch it
Yeah,
again.
I'm in there, bro. And those dudes are always making fun of me. And there was a time like it was like semi-annually or annually, or then it became biannually, but they'd hit me
Yeah.
up. Hey man, you're such a freaking clown, dude. You couldn't find a damn Foot Locker because we had a big class, man.
Yeah.
Art and Science, Marshall Pyle, I believe. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Gunny Pyle told us about the art and science of locate, close with, and destroy the enemy. Mission of the Marine Corps Rifle Squad. I served. So I served, and that was just the art.
Mhm.
Painting the canvas like Bob Ross, man.
Yeah.
Bob Ross ain't got nothing on me, dog. I'll be telling some story. I'm just kidding. Telling you.
Oh, it's fantastic.
But it's nuts, dude, because I know I'm coming off like a stinking chauvinistic whatever. But, the thing is I feel like this is a safe place. And I think this is what people need. Positivity, energy. I talk to even just, dude, okay, Jarhead takes, right?
Mm-hmm.
We did that this afternoon about noon, 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
Just from that, I sent the link out to a few buddies, fellow service members,
Yeah.
company commanders, I people from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What a blessing it was for me to rejoin the Marine Corps, go back to Hawaii, not to 1-3 where I originally was, but 3-3. And my family got to experience just the most amazing. I was just telling the guy yesterday at the gym in Estoril, that's the town I was born at. So I'm only about a 45-minute hour away from my hometown. And maybe I don't want to put too much personal information out there, but I stopped by the gym and I was telling them my story, man. And I'm like, yeah, a podcast tomorrow. And it's really opened me up. And I go back to when you invited me and I thought about who you were and the type of leader you were. And I was intimidated, dude, like to sit here and talk about my story because, man, I'll go and watch some of these other veteran stories, but I didn't want to because I wanted mine to be genuine, the type of leader that I was in the Marine Corps, the reason why I didn't get in trouble until the very end. And I'll tell that. That's fine. And it's pretty wild, but genuine leadership, man, as a drill instructor. And my sergeant major there in Paris Island was amazing. Sergeant Major Cosimo. Before him, Guerrero. He's awesome too. He lived just up a couple blocks from me in Beaufort, South Carolina, and he retired. And a couple years later, I retired, and we'd see each other on the golf cart or whatever. Or I'd be out because I had a landscape business when I retired.
Yeah.
Did that for a couple years, and it was like easy shooting fish in a barrel, bro. But we had HOA, so everybody got fines if they didn't. So I just I'm on Facebooks and we need my lawn cut, and I would just wake up that morning and I had like 10 lawns to do, and it was skate, bro. I was living the dream, dude.
Nice.
It was so awesome. I had a drill instructor when I was Alpha Company. I didn't retire from Alpha First Crew Training Battalion. I went to Processing Company, Recruit Processing Company, which they've changed to like Romeo or Sierra. I don't know. It's freaking lame.
Why did they change?
Well, I'll tell you here in a second, but yeah, Recruit Processing Company. There's a sign, because we were no longer Recruit Processing Company. So that was an old one that was just sitting somewhere, and I grabbed it. I didn't steal anything, but anyway, no POVs. Support Battalion. They changed the company names, but not the Support Battalion name. I wonder why. The reason why that they gave us was because it somehow made the recruits in the one company where the retreads go, maybe they're hurt or maybe they're on medical hold because of they got hurt on the Crucible, which a lot of recruits do, even in Paris Island, if you believe that. Nowhere near the attrition the Crucible brings in San Diego because you got that Reaper, dog.
Oh, yeah.
They got that Reaper. I mean, Sam Fleas and the heat and humidity in Paris Island is sick, bro. But just you look at it, there are no terrain changes on the map in South Carolina, in Parris Island. Let's just get that one thing straight. But I'll tell you, they earn it on the Crucible out there at Page Field, man. They earn it, dude. They get pressed really hard, especially with Alpha Company. But you know what I'm saying? People, and it's a funny thing about Alpha Company, right? So a lot of the other companies hated on us. And what does that tell you? When somebody hates on you, they're not doing as good as you. See, but they were chasing numbers. They were chasing honor men. They were chasing all that. We were chasing our mission to imbue these recruits with the spirit, pride, and discipline, honor, courage, and commitment, our core values. And to not, we would take guys that couldn't do a pull-up, bro. And I had the most amazing chiefs. I had the most amazing company commanders. It was such an awesome experience. But man, they didn't have no terrain, dude. Not like I mean, I was a drill instructor, Delta Company, First Recruit Training Battalion. Dirty Delta, the Delta dip. We would wear our covers.
Really low.
Yeah, man. You ever heard the Delta?
It was like this.
Thing? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they hated on us too for that, dog. I mean, what company were you in, man?
I Fox when I was a drill instructor.
Second Battalion. I'm just kidding, bro. Yeah. Man, and
it's all
and
good,
I would tell,
good.
No, dude, it's for real. Unit pride, it's a real deal. But the thing is what people don't realize, whether it be from battalion to battalion, company to company, from one cycle to the next, if you were the honor cycle, you ain't doing it next time. And if you do, you ain't doing it the third time. You know why? Because the recruits have a say in that, dog. If it's a summer dump, what happens? That's the kids that are biting at the dam. You know what I'm saying? They're you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, and I don't mean to degrade anybody. Quite frankly, we didn't get drafted in Vietnam like them fellas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we volunteered for that trash. But yeah, unit pride's a thing, but we're all doing the same thing, man. It's the same struggle. And we do the same thing on the East Coast as we do to the West Coast. Having been a West Coast recruit, a West Coast drill instructor, anybody who wants to know, I had the question asked me a million times. What's the difference? There's none. You could point to geography, you could point to culture, you could point to some human factors. You know, I think that there's different cultures, right? What do you got down in Louisiana? All these jokers. That's where Chris Thomas, our Major Chris Thomas, who was the log train guy out there in 3-3, he come from, you know, people from the Northeast. I got these guys, roommates, Boston, right? I had a team leader, Chris Bowles, tell this other PFC and I. It was so funny, man. This is good shit right here, dude. This is good stuff. Hey, Chris Bowles, man, and he is the man, dude. There's a guy that I know that knows a different guy that you know, and that's kind of, it's nuts. The Marine Corps is such a small place. But Chris Bowles was a corporal at the time. We're like PFC Lance Corporal. And we're in the room or whatever. And Chris Bowles, Corporal Bowles, is telling Robert Griffith, PFC Griffith, to like tighten it up and drop the attitude and stop giving excuses, right? It's just like I'm talking to my 16-year-old kid or my 11-year-old kid or any of my kids, right? This kid's from freaking Chicago, Chi-Town, you know, and he would talk to that. He's a Dago Wop. That's how he would call himself, you know. And you can't do that in Marine Corps. We can't be, man, I'm telling you. Bad reenlistment code. My buddy married my sister, man. And my sister since passed from cancer, bro. And it's a rough go, but I haven't seen him for well over a decade. Things go on, but he's coming up, man, for the 250th Buffalo Ridge Leathernecks detachment. He's coming up. He's going to stay with me. One of the guys that I was on, the USS Independence, the last non-nuclear aircraft carrier at the time, I think has since been decommissioned, but that's an USS Independence. You want to talk about one of my most amazing moments in the Marine Corps, man? Oop, what happened there? See, you got to figure it out. Right here, dude. Probably not, can't see it too good. But our platoon sergeant was Staff Sergeant Grice. You know what I'm saying? And that's them. So we were forward deployed on my third deployment. I told you about LF Karat. That was my second volunteer deployment. Gunny Runner was the gunnery sergeant, company gunny for Bravo Company 1-3. And what are we doing? We're in deuce gear, canteens. We're marching out to the field at the far end of Marine Corps Base, Hawaii. And we're doing a change of command. Right. And Sergeant Major's out there. Everybody's like, we're standing in the Hawaii heat, man. Hawaii is awesome, dude. The breeze. You been out of Hawaii at all?
I have, yeah. I wasn't stationed there, but yes, I've been there.
Yeah. Okay. So we're out there, man, but it's a hot day, dude. And it's like we got our weapons drawn. We got up early, all that trash. And Gunny Runner comes over. We just got back from our first deployment. He's Okie, whatever, in
Uh,
'96, and he's like, "Who wants to volunteer for the booze cruise?" The fucking volunteer deployment. And Kelly and I are thinking, he's like, "Well, I know I don't need no hands or answers now, but just thinking about it, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna see the world. You're gonna go around the world on ship. It's gonna be good times." And we were like, "Don't threaten me with a good time, bro." I mean, and this is from infantry Marines, 0331, 0361. We're young, dude, and we got Hawaii at our fingertips, man. I'm talking
hmm
Diamond Beach, bro. We could do anything. We can go surfing up in North
Yeah.
Shore, and we're volunteering to deploy. That's how stupid we were, man. I'm telling you, dude. Can you be any dumber? Well, we are jarheads, and we
Nah,
did raise our right
mhm.
hand to support and defend. Hey, man, the Constitution of the United States,
That's right.
like-minded individuals. It's the only reason I reenlisted. It's the only reason a lot of folks reenlist. It ain't the money. It ain't the fame. It ain't the panties dropping. I'm sorry, I'll just keep it PG. It ain't none of
No,
that. The uniform's
you're
hot,
good.
man. The uniform's hot, but it's the challenge, right?
Yeah.
90% of the time, man. Telling you, USS Independence. I spent a year on shit. I don't even know what point I'm trying to make. Where was I at?
I'll be honest, I don't know. You you talked in circles there for a second.
The art and science, man. I'm painting the
There it
canvas.
is.
It's get rowdy,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
You're gonna regret having me on, man. Nope.
Absolutely
Staying
not. No,
positive.
this
You're
is
gonna
fantastic.
remember this afternoon. I said this night earlier. I'm out in the shop, man. It's crazy.
I know. I know.
It's in rough shape. It needs work. I retired. Spent a couple of years in Beaufort, South Carolina, and it's so gorgeous down there. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking rich in history, bro. We're talking all the way back to the foundations of our nation. We're
hmm
talking about the history of the Marine Corps. I've seen on the
Yep.
West Coast and on the East Coast. I'm so blessed. My experience in the Marine Corps was so amazing, man. So here it goes. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about it. And I know a guy that knows a guy, and just like you
Mhm.
do. And so it's just wild, dude. After that fireside chat, Jarhead hot takes, not the fireside.
Yeah.
My campfire was going. I had my fireplace going. The coffee's hot, man. I got a plaque. I was so privileged to be able to be a well, they got Lance Corporal leadership course.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, I was ahead of one of those, and that was awesome. I did a corporal's course. I was allowed to do that. I think one time I was assisting with one when I was a mountain warfare instructor up at Bridgeport.
Yeah.
But man, a couple of these damn classes gave me some cool stuff, man. Like this one right
Very
here.
cool.
This one right here. I don't know about the lighting in here, but this is a K bar and it's collecting some dust.
Nice.
And this is it was just creative. It was off the cuff.
Oh,
They put
that's
some damn
cool.
chevrons there for me on
Yeah.
there. And then, man, I got a couple other ones that I could talk about, but I've had the privilege to instruct in multiple capacities.
hmm
And I always said that once after I did the Greenbelt instructor course in San Diego, if anybody's
hmm
ever done that, it broke me off, man. The instructors were awesome, dude. And they made us build a house, bro, for a hot minute, right? And then we were low crawling underneath there like it was a damn Indian run, right? And this instructor, what he would say is, "Not about you. It's not about you." Right? It's no longer
Yeah.
about you. It's about those that replace you. And this is what we turn better citizens back, right? We all talk
hmm
that, James. But what are we really doing? Are we doing that? Once we take off the uniform, Marine Corps League, American Legion, I'm not going to get on the soapbox there too hard. But I was privileged to be a drill instructor, a water survival instructor. That course right there, as you know, being a McQuist
Oh
is
God.
not easy.
No.
Everything from even just the damn, what do they call it? Not the indoctrination. You have to like prove that you could damn tow a brick X
Oh
amount of
yeah.
meters,
It's
and you got to
yeah.
swim under a certain time or whatever, just to even be allowed
Yeah.
in the course, right? So I did it in '05 in Hawaii. We swam in the ocean with hammerhead sharks. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Oh yeah. You could
It's
have
just not.
that.
It's not like some other McQuist's experience. It was pretty legit, bro. But yeah, a water survival instructor, a drill instructor, Never did combat instructor. I think that would have been awesome. But like I said, after Iraq, me and my buddy were like, we're doing it, man. We're going to go to the drill field, embrace the suck, man, and live the
Yeah.
dream. And so we did. The drill instructor, martial arts instructor. Of course, I just referenced the green belt instructor course, and a mountain warfare instructor, man. And I was in my
Wow.
mid to late 30s, bro, when I earned the red hat, summer mountain leader, winter
Mhm.
mountain leader. And I've recently talked to some buddies. James McGilton was on this course. My winter course was something else, man. I was a snowboarder in high school growing up in Seattle. So
Yeah.
awesome, dude. But the skiing that they taught us, it's like way old school, bro. I don't even couldn't
Oh,
even do
really?
telemarketing, tele skiing. I don't know. I forget what the style is, bro. But I just found in the pack that I had that I got somewhere. The skins that you would put on the bottom of your skis, man. I just pulled it
Yeah.
out. You remember those old school digi packs that were made by that high speed European company? Probably the best pack that you could get, other than the Alice pack,
Uh,
old school. Remember it or
I'm
no?
not sure. I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll show you.
You're talking about when they first came out, the Digi stuff?
These packs, right
Oh,
here.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
Remember that?
Yeah, that's a good pack.
Oh man, those things are legit, bro. They center, they have hip deals, the
Hmm.
whole nine, dude. And when they come out with the next one, it was okay, but I missed this one. I got crap. I took my sons on a hike the other night, dude, just to teach them teamwork. It didn't work out really well. Broke some cement and put in that pack. I weighed myself afterwards. It was like 300 and down whatever pounds. Yeah, I know that sounds
Yeah.
silly. Anyways,
Jeez.
and mountain warfare instructor, dude, in my late 30s, bro. And it was just amazing. We did a night ski one time, and we were
Uh-huh.
traversing across some really sketchy stuff, bro.
Right.
And James McGilton, he says, we were talking about it. I don't know if I tagged somebody. Always my cover page. My cover page on Facebook has that snow-covered Sierra Nevada mountains, dude, where we were blessed. That's God's country, bro. Bald
Yeah.
eagles. I'm telling you, man, if you've never been up to Marine Corps Mountain Warfare Training Center, woo,
It's a beautiful area up there for sure.
man, that's something else, dude. That's something else. This pheasant feather, I'm all over the place. That's turkey.
Hmm.
The pheasant feather
Yeah.
I got with my buddy Kelly Ellsbury. They had a double hatch one here back in Seattle. I'd gotten out 19, well, probably was 99. I got out. I went to Chicago to be a fitness trainer when I first got out and got my
Nice.
certification. But man, it was like peddling supplements and like there would be no offense, but
Uh,
for me at the time, being a young dude, I was like, this ain't for me, man. But so for a few months I was down there. I saw my buddy Robert Griffith, the one I was talking about that was kicking
mhm.
attitude to Corporal Bowles out there in Marine Corps Base, Hawaii. And he tells him, he
Yeah.
says, listen, man, let me tell you something. Bowles is from like Boston, he's got this accent. And Griffith
Yeah.
is from Chi-Town, Chicago, where the Bears, the Bulls. I just showed that Saturday Night Live skit to my son this morning on the way to school, man. I'm having so much fun, bro. I'm having so much fun. God is good, man. I'm telling you right now, having so much fun. And I say all the time, hey, I'll tell somebody. And I used to say it on the depot too. Ask somebody, ask somebody.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
tell them this. I say, hey, guess what? My eyes look funny in these glasses. I tell them, hey, have fun, but don't have too much fun. That's against the rules, right?
Uh,
So, anyways, that's my
yeah.
go-to right there. That living the dream is way played out. I haven't thrown that out for a while, but here I am saying it. That's what I'm doing, man. I don't really care if it's played out or not. I didn't make it up. I didn't trademark it. It's just the truth. Here to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but. So help me God. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's right.
So, and we're just having fun doing it. Telling you, dude. Telling
This
you.
is fantastic, man.
So blessed to fill the billets and the jobs and to serve alongside the few and the proud young men and women. I'm so stoked that some of my good friends that I served with, my brothers in arms, are coming out. A couple of them are going to stay with me here in Lake Park, Iowa, and probably a stone's throw away is the Minnesota border, man. I'm in Northwest Iowa, got a few acres. So somebody wants to come out and do some hunting or whatever, man, hit me up, bro. My contact info, you know what I'm saying? Share it. I don't care, dude. Scander Filippi. He was one of my drill instructors in Alpha Company. Alpha! Huh. Telling you,
I
man.
love it.
They don't know, man. I would go on hikes, bro. I would run up and down the decks as a company first sergeant, being like, I would set that trash on fire, dude. No rubbing alcohol, none of that shit, dude. My drill instructors would come straight off the hook, bro. I'm telling you, DI school came through there one time, and they were like, oh. We were the standard bearers, bro, for First Recruit Training Battalion, man. But I'll tell you what, I had a sergeant major who was getting a lot of pressure, seeing a lot of young Marines think, oh, that's our major, that first sergeant. Hey, bro, it's you serve at the pleasure of the commander, right?
That's
Hey,
true.
man. And we can have these behind the door conversations about what my feelings are, and I can get all emotional about it. But at the end of the day, what does a senior enlisted do? A senior enlisted advisor is tasked to do what?
Are you asking me? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Well, one,
You're
it's
with? Are you
take
with
care.
me, Andrew, man?
I'm here. Take care of Marines, one, right, and then also make sure that you're doing what the command wants you to do or needs to happen, right, to
100%.
support
So
the
if I'm
command.
if so you're a master guns and I don't know, maybe you I think at a different capacity in 0369, which I think in the infantry they changed it to something else. Doesn't matter. A master guns is really not as different as people think as a first sergeant, but a first sergeant
Yeah.
is selected based upon their ability to influence the commander in the right way. This in the same way that a good NCO and a good
Yeah.
staff non-commissioned officer at the platoon sergeant level is to develop those young officers and advise them with our knowledge and experience that they lack. And that doesn't
Yeah.
mean they're not capable. Clearly, they're as capable or more so. And that's the idea, right? So not
Yeah.
only are enlisted the best and brightest, even though contrary to popular belief, when you're a drill instructor, you see these nasty, disgusting things. But the stats don't lie, man. And I've talked to a recruiter, I've talked to a commander who says that he just got off the phone with another commander from the Army. They're jealous of us, man. And that, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that. I'm just, that ain't me saying that. I'm not, that's not my opinion, bro. That's cold, hard facts. Like
Yeah.
recruiting commands in the Army, we don't have that problem. But when I was there, it got rough, even for us, because why? Because the word on the street was patriotism is dead. The word on the street was we got people running the administration that I'm not trying to join the service. You tell me, brother. That's a direct attack on us. And I said I wasn't going to get political, but I digress. It used to be the Department of Defense. Today it's called what?
Department of War. Yeah.
Boy, I tell you what, Space Force and the whole nine, bro. I mean, it looks different, man. It feels
Yeah.
different. Something's coming. Something's coming.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't. I'm not. I'm just stating the obvious here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I like we were talking earlier about Space Force, man. That's a cool. I don't know. That just sounds cool as heck. I don't know.
Boy, if I was a smarter man, one of my best friends in high school, Greg Clausen. I'm gonna have to share this with him, dude. This guy right here, we played defensive line and offensive line together. And I'm not the biggest guy, dude. I told you I was 217 going into my senior year, and that's not
Yeah.
real big. But I bench pressed 315 pounds, and I thought that was a big deal. And I thought I could run through a brick wall, and I probably could. Right, I was that guy, but they made me a
Yeah.
diet recruit, man. But Greg Clausen, dude, he joined the Air Force. He joined the Air Force, much smarter man than me. See,
Yeah.
much smarter. Did you know that an O3 on average that gets recruited is not as smart as the average Joe? But did you also know that within our ranks is some of the highest IQ Marines that ever walked the face of the earth?
I believe it.
I'm making it up, but I did
I
hear
believe
that was
there's some. I
I've
ain't gonna
served
lie
with
to
some.
you, man.
It's what?
There are some incredibly smart O3s out there,
Oh
like
man,
ridiculously smart.
oh, dude, and it's like anything else. It's the whole Marine, bro. Like sometimes you're
Yeah.
a monster PTer, sometimes, and that's the conversation, right? Like, how do we pick our best and brightest? Well, when you start looking at personnel management, it's all about capabilities and limitations, right? It might as well be John
Yeah.
Madden. You're looking at the strength of the linebacker, the strength of the running back. What's the speed? You know, okay, so same thing. And now they have this new system where they punch it all into MOS and then
Yeah.
pros and cons, and it all pumps out to this perfect answer, which still doesn't answer. Because you and I both know, regardless of the medals on your chest, and I would always say this, I don't give a rat's behind. I don't know if I can. I don't want to cuss too much. I don't know if it, daggone freaking dagburns, you know, all that crap. You know, where you can't say kill on Paris Island. When we went through, dog, we heard
Oh.
We heard on the street. Psst, psst, psst. Oh, they kids say kill on Paris Line. We turned the volume up on some kills after that. You remember that, dude?
Yeah.
Is that true or
I don't
not?
know
Am I
even
making that
know.
up? I remember
I don't
that.
even know why that came about. Like, why did they start saying we couldn't say kill?
Well,
Why
I'll
did
tell
that
you
even come
what.
out?
That brings a whole nother topic into discussion: the softening of the core. I think there were articles at the very minimum, if not a book, written about it.
Mm,
There's a book written by General Krulak too, who first to fight, man, and how as a
yeah.
service, and we all hear the cliches, but that's kind of some of that was written down in there. Of course, he made the
Hmm.
Crucible. I didn't go to the Crucible in 1995, but first to
Yeah.
fight, we had to fight for our service, and we serve at the privilege of the American people. And so that's what
True.
we would be told. Hey, listen, man, we're a small service. We hook and jab. We're leathernecks, man. We got a rich heritage and history. But guess what? If you guys keep being stupid and burning down the town, we ain't gonna have a Marine Corps. Knock it the fuck off, right?
Oh
Born
my
in a
God, I love
bar,
it.
Ton Tavern, get some. Huh! Telling you, man. Where is my stinking
That's right.
canteen cup? I got a 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines canteen cup, dude. It's on my. I had it as my profile picture for a minute. I had to get a little drink of water here. I don't have anything in it. A little something with my water.
Oh man.
There it is, Bubba.
Nice.
2nd
Look at
Battalion,
that.
the most highly decorated infantry battalion in the history of the Marine Corps. True or false? Survey
True.
says
It's true.
absolutely true. And I was
Yeah.
privileged to, when I left the swim tank, get orders to 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines. It's just the coolest thing, man. I went through a rough divorce with my
Hmm.
ex-wife, had custody of my girls, man. We were talking about this a little bit earlier today, and I think although it might be a little personal, my ex-wife and I had not talked for years, and recently we started talking, man. She went through
Hmm.
alcoholism. I didn't even know what that was, man. I came home from a martial arts session with the recruits, bro, one day.
Hmm.
For one example, is this too personal? Can I share this? Talk about this?
No, you talk about whatever you want, man.
Telling you, bro. And so some of those drill instructors, maybe they'll watch this and they'll remember. If they wanted to know why, one of my most embarrassing moments, as you said at the end, because I got to sneak peek on your previous
You did,
previous
yeah. You got to
guest,
sneak.
was on one of the moat runs, man. As a senior drill
Mhm.
instructor, I started falling the fuck out, bro. So
Yeah.
this is my 6th cycle, dude, but I was having trouble at home with mama, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
She'd been to rehab once, man. And
Wow.
so I was fighting the fight, dude. I was mentally and physically fatigued, bro. So the
Hmm.
version of me that those recruits got wasn't all that Nic Cooklin had to bring, but I brought it
Hmm.
anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so one of my good friends, man, I live down in Palomo, that the housing down there.
Hmm.
We ordered a fight, dog. I'm on like my 2nd or 3rd cycle. We ordered UFC fight, and I think it was Richard Charlie, who happened to be in 1-3 my first 4 years tour, and then he did recruiting as well as Philip McMillan was in 1-3, and they were both in either Weapons or Lima Company 3-3 when I came back in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I came back in with my wife, my 1.5, 2-year-old daughter Alyssa, and I owned a home right across from Spirit Lake High School.
Mm.
I had an underground locating job that I was doing, and I was spray painting the ground, utilities. My brother-in-law, brother in arms, Kelly Allsbury, did the same thing. And on 9/11, I'm spray painting the cable TV line, the telephone lines, the gas line, right? Great Plains
Hmm.
Locating Service. It's no longer here. I would do that job in a heartbeat. It was so much fun, man. Independent. 9/11 happens. This lady comes out of her damn house. I'm on East Lake Okoboji. If you don't
Hmm.
know, check it out. Great Lakes, Iowa, bro. Such an awesome area. Fishing, hunting, boating, bikinis, cigars, bars, you name it, bro. Back in the 90s, Playboy rated them top 10 for summer vacation. I mean, this is back when like they
Are you
would do
serious? Wow.
MTV summer stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I was a kid back then. Didn't
Yeah.
take part in that stuff. I joined the Marine Corps 2 weeks after high school.
Yeah.
I was in the
Yep.
DEP program for as long as you could say Jimmy Crack Corn and I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Huh. I'm telling you, I was talking to the Army recruiter. I was going to go do airborne. One of the
No
high school,
kidding.
I'm 48 years old, man. We just had our damn 30-year anniversary or whatever it was. 20?
Nice.
20 year? What is 2025, 1995? 30 years, right?
30 years, yeah.
Yeah. So like if I would have stayed in and not been out for 5 years, I would have been a 30-year freaking water
Mhm.
walker, bro. But if and buts were candy and nuts, we'd have Christmas every day. Right.
That's a good
And
one.
I'm telling you, brother, some of the dudes that I served with know damn well that I throw that one out. And I'll say, you know that I know that we all know. That's the other one I toss out there. Dude. They ate that trash up, dog. Ask any of the drill instructors in Alpha Company. Alpha! I'm telling you, man, I would ring the bell. First Recruit Training Battalion, they would be doing
Yeah.
drill, man. And I'd be PTing in Black Flag. I didn't give a sugar cube, you know what I mean? And I would just, gang, gang, gang. I would ring that down. First Battalion, big red bell. And my sergeant major would know, Sergeant Major DeCosimo or Guerrero, whichever one it was, would know that old First Sergeant Leather Nuts come running by, and it's time to go. It's go time, you know. And if they were asleep at their desk, they wouldn't no more. I'd do that at RTR. I would do that at the General's building, man. I'm telling you, man.
That's awesome.
So awesome, dude. So privileged to serve in every capacity that I got to serve in, bro.
Yeah.
My wife wants to know. She's texting me. Are we going to
Yeah.
Gunderson's? I think maybe she forgot I was doing a podcast. I thought she knew. Anyways, I might have to respond to her. I don't know if I could do that and keep the camera rolling. But I'm telling you, man.
You better respond to her though.
I'm telling you, dude. I'll be. I'll will in just a minute. So where was I at? There's no way that I even made a rational thought out of any of that.
You were ringing bells, man.
Ringing bells, bro.
Mhm.
And Sergeant Major DeCosimo, dude, he would sit new drill instructors down, and he'd have me come, right. And he always sent the I school to my house. Now,
Mhm.
I was up when I was done at Alpha Company, 7 cycles as a company first sergeant. I was up for a drill instructor school first sergeant, and
Okay.
we had a board of about 10 people, and give or take people, company first sergeants that were thought of as candidates to be the first sergeant for drill instructor school. And my sergeant major wanted to submit 2, right? Because he had two pipe hitters. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
2 pipe hitters, 1 in Charlie Company, and honestly, Delta Company, First Sergeant Smith, any of them, man. Mogollon and Bravo Company, and I'll share this with them. They know I love them, man. They were all pipe hitters, bro. First Battalion, and I honestly, Second Battalion had Chris Stevenson. This Marine, this Marine was an Alpha Company recruit on Paris Island, an Alpha Company drill instructor, and wanted my job. He showed up in my office. I'm probably on my second or third cycle of Alpha Company. Alpha! Yeah. You can't just say Alpha, you gotta scream it. And he comes in my office and says, hey man, let me get that job. You want to trade desks? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know who you are. What's up, dog? He's like, I'm over in 2nd Battalion with Sergeant Major Adcox, who I ended up working for. I didn't get picked for DI school, but just the idea lit me on fire to know that I might have my thumbprint on the future generations of Marines. Well, it turns out I was able to anyways. I went to Recruit Processing Company, and for 2 years, I mean, I've never been on any base as long as I've been on Paris Island. Okay. And that's why maybe I wanted to start from the end and work back, because that experience right there, man, that 100% icing on the cake, dude. Paris Island is the Mecca, bro. Been there before San Diego. You know what I'm saying? I can't date it, but the history. I mean, Page Field, where they do the Crucible, that was a damn runway back in WW. You know what I mean? I won two. I don't know. I know we earned our name Devil Dog from the Germans, World War One. We got some blood stripes for all the blood lost, all that trash across the Argonne Forest. Remember the Sergeant Major Marine Corps, Sergeant Major Green, and the Commandant there, the message, they were out there at the Argonne Forest. You could see the wheat field.
Like in the
with
wheat,
these Marines.
in the wheat field.
Yeah. So I happened to be an 0331 machine gunner. I shot a Mod Deuce 50 cal a couple times. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was with the line company. I was at, well, sorry?
I said 1 or 2 times.
Yeah, man. I was with the line company most of my career as a machine gunner. And we combined forces, Lima Company 3-3 and Weapons Company, to make these mobile assault platoons. Of course, they want to switch it up. We've already done 29 Palms, CACs, Machine Gun Hill, running up there with all the ammo, getting our trash, talking guns, all that trash. And anyways, line company, but in 2-5, I was ops chief, assistant ops chief to Master Gunnery Sergeant Merarchy, an amazing sniper background fella, and learned so much from him. Like I said, man, from the swim tank, you took care of me, bro. Thankful Thursday. I can't tell you enough. Thank you for inviting me, man, because it's just given me an opportunity over the past year. And I think it's only a couple of weeks back. I said, yeah, man, let's do it. Right.
Right. Yeah.
You're like, I'll pencil you in. Yeah. And that's how I've been, dude. Seat of my pants. You know what I mean? There's like a little song out there talking about the Vegas ride. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, man. And it was tough, but I had just re-enlisted as a company first sergeant. I got passed first sergeant major the first time I ever got passed. The fit rep that was submitted by my company commander said I'm a water walker. You know, it's all that. You know what I'm saying? Which is whatever. I'm not doing this, but just for the sake of context. But the irony was, the box that was checked for, like, what do you do for like sergeants? You get an accelerated fit rep, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I had an accelerated fit rep, but I was a first sergeant. That's only intended for like sergeants, right? Well, do you get to see your fitness report when it's submitted up the chain? No, right?
No,
you don't. Not right away. Not until
no.
you sign it, right? But it's supposed to go through the senior enlisted sergeant major and the CO, and they kick it back if there's boogers on there. Do they not? Well, they let my fitness report go into the sergeant major board with an accelerated fit rep, which is a great thing to have if it applies to you as a sergeant.
Yeah.
Or maybe a staff sergeant to gunny, but it's not intended for a first sergeant to have that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I digress. I don't, because everything is a part of God's plan, man. And I am absolutely blessed from the day that I was in infantry training battalion, Charlie Company. I sat there for a hot minute, and they asked us what they said. They said, "Who wants to be recon?" Well, that's what I was going to go in as. That's what I wanted to be, was recon. So hell yeah, I signed up for that trash. Well, they told us it was going to be next week, right? So maybe it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday come by, right? Saturday morning they kick us out of the barracks. Well, guess what I was doing Friday night at the E Club, back when you could drink at the E Club? Tying it on, bro, with my bros, tying it on. I had a couple, and we were doing well. We didn't have our liberty secured. We could do that back in the day. Hey, you're old enough to die for your country. You can have a beer. Well, that got changed, right? About the time that hazing became a thing. Right. But my recon story ended that Saturday morning when they asked who doesn't want to be here, because I was still hungover and I knew it weren't happening on that day. So I raised my hand, and that's another, what I've called a regret, but I know it's for all part of the plan. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, being 03331 machine gunner, I couldn't be more proud of that, man. I served with some of the best Marines that have ever wore the uniform, with the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. Eagle stands for freedom. The Globe stands for worldwide service, and the Anchor stands for naval tradition.
Sea service.
Sea service. Telling you. But so yeah, man, that was the end of my recon dreams. That sucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I served, man, 3 deployments around the world several times. That 97 LF Karat was 13 different countries, to include Thailand, to include Australia, the United Arab Emirates, White Beaches, traveling. I mean, I'm saying we might as well have been millionaires and booked the coolest trip you could ever book. Oh, by the way, our Amtrak on one of the live fire exercises in Malaysia, it hit the damn ground. White sand beach, coconuts falling off the trees, bro. So awesome. We did a freaking live fire. There's camera people. My buddy will tell you, I almost ran this bee over, sitting there trying to take pictures. We're trying to get our 180-degree security, hit the deck, and suppressive fire by the damn Amtraks. But man, one of these rockets, one of these AT-4s from probably those damn assaultmen, like, made our Amtrak move, man. So awesome. So awesome. But we were like, okay, well, that was a close call. Now we got to get out and start I got to set up my damn tripod and my 240 Golf, because back then it was the Golf. They didn't have the heat guards, the Bravo. But
Yeah.
boy, it's gas settings, boy. If you go down sustained rate, down rapid rate, and cyclic, standby, barrel change, talking guns, all that trash, man. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. So a volunteer deployment, and then what they do? So it was from Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie Company, First Battalion, Third Marines. Lava dogs. How a snot-nosed football, baseball, wrestler player was able to get orders to Kaneohe Bay, Hawaii, I will never know. It just happened. So awesome, man. So awesome. Um, that first tour was so awesome. But I remember, and then so they dumped us back. Our company became Cell Block C, Charlie Company. All the salt dogs. We'd already done 2 deployments. That's all you typically get in
Okay.
Third Marines is 2 deployments.
Yeah.
But we volunteered, and they called us Cell Block C, man. And I'm telling you, dude, we threw down, bro. It was wild. You think you seen some videos of 29 Palms? The dude's like mopping the fucking damn parking lot. Like we
Yeah.
didn't play that shit. We were that salty Lance Corporal Cell Block C, dog. When we walked,
Yeah.
dude, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's silly, but it was awesome. It
That's
was
great.
awesome, dude. Yeah, dude. And one of the guys that I was able to talk about my USS Independence deployment where we were forward deployed. That was my last 3rd deployment. I was a machine gun squad leader, Lance Corporal type. I didn't get Lance Corporal until I was fapped out to the MPs out on IA Hawaii. But my squad leader or I don't know, the section leader. Hey, Cooklin, I might have been a team leader. I remember, I don't know. He's like, pick a Marine to go with you. You're going to attach the 1st platoon and go on to the USS Independence. I'm like, what? We're about to go to NTA, the Northern Training Area, and whoop it on, do infantry shit. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second, this might be pretty cool. I said, okay, I'll take Petey with me. Peterson was Lance Corporal Peter. I haven't heard from him in years. That'd be awesome if I get a hold of him. And here we were. We attached the 1st platoon. I don't know these dudes. I don't know the platoon sergeant. But I also am the guy who volunteered for a deployment. They called it a booze cruise. Sounded good to me. You know what I mean? Shit, rah. I'm telling you, man. On fire, dude. Light it. So, and that's what it was, man. Cell Block C, first, down 1-3, man. It was just crazy. So awesome. So I get out. I called my mom. I'm up fapped out the MPs because they know I'm not going to reenlist. I mean,
Yeah.
I already did. What else can you possibly do in the Marine Corps during peacetime? I mean, I
Yeah.
got the damn T-shirt, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And this
It's
hat is
all.
ridiculous, bro. But it's like Chris Ledoux, man. That's all I'm saying.
Whoa, hello, cat. Sorry.
No, man, you're good. I thought I was allergic to cats for years, bro. And both of my daughters have now become cat lovers. And so I moved my daughter up to Maine from South Kakalaki,
Mm-hmm.
rented a U-Haul, South Carolina, Beaufort, Paris
Yeah.
Island. Huh. Right, moved her all the way up. So she had played volleyball for a sister college, kind of not a D1 like the Gamecocks would be. I used to have a Gamecocks
Mm-hmm.
hat, by the way, when I was in high school. And of course, you can imagine why. Not that I knew anything about their scholastic program. I'm telling you, man, that's crazy,
Yeah.
dude. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I took her up there. She'd played for USC Union, University of South Carolina Union. It was like a D3 branch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, she was the MVP of her high school and all that. She had no offers, man, and it was just nuts. She was ready to give up, and she just kept the faith, man, and God made a way, dude. She got here. She played volleyball 2 years there, and then same thing happened again. She played volleyball until what she thought was the end of her volleyball career. And then I was like, listen, when one door closes, another one open. Just keep the faith, because she really wanted to keep playing. But it's just a
Yeah.
2-year school, you know. And she's only
Right.
5. If I'm 5'9" in 3/4, which might be, you know, adding a little more frosting on the cupcake, mustard on the hot dog, brat, whatever you like. You know what I'm saying? But she's 5'6", bro. But she could serve an ace, dude. She is a beast. Bursky,
Yeah.
I call her. Amber Nicole. Bursky. She's got a tattoo on her arm that says Bursky. I've been kicked out of basketball games for my daughter, man, holding my son Emmett in diapers one time. Woo! Tell you what, them girls were getting rowdy. And so all the women say it, right? All the women are like,
Yeah.
it's fucking bullshit, whatever. But then I'm like, whoa, come on, with my bassy voice and all that. They're like, get out of here. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. Anyways, man, these are the jokes, man. These are the jokes. Where are we at? So I called my mom. I'm fat out the MPs up at Mar4 Pack. If you've never been up there, my daughter Amber was born at Tripler Hospital, Pink Hospital there. We left Northwest Iowa. My buddy ended up getting a bad reenlistment code, so he couldn't rejoin the Army, and he went rejoin the Marine Corps. He ended up going Army. Well,
Oh, okay.
I go out, I go out to Marine Corps Base Hawaii, and I check in, and I got my tricolors on and spit shine boots, right? Jungles, dog. I don't know if you know about them. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I had to iron my Eagle Globe and Anchor on my left breast. I didn't just stitch. You know what I'm saying? I had a web belt line training, grab, twist, pull.
Oh,
Scream
my
the
God. Yeah.
D! Right? And you're freaking, I'm telling you, dude, we had dudes that would get rowdy, man. And so does McMap. It's just different. And it just depends on when and where. Body hardening with McMap, buddy.
Oh,
Greenbelt instructor course in San Diego, that weren't no joke. We had broken limbs, all kind of crazy shit, man. It was nuts.
oh, yeah.
But I'm telling you, so I'm bouncing back and forth. But why did I join the Marine Corps? That's why did I come back in is what Messerschmitt wanted to know. He was one of the just a really nice guy in Lima company. He was I went to headquarters because the company first sergeant realized, okay, well, we're about to deploy to Afghanistan, right? And he realized, okay, I got this devil dog here who shows up in corporal chevrons. I'm in my alphas. So not the first time, but when I went and changed over because he told me to, I come back in tricolors, and that's when it was crazy. But he's like, you're a sergeant, right? I'm like, well, I didn't. They told me I'm a corporal in the system. He's like, well, you got the cut and score, and you were supposed to be wearing sergeant chevrons. So he grabs a pair of sergeant chevrons and throws them on the table. And a lot of guys tell me about retread, and they came in as lance corporals because they demoted them. I don't know what happened with me, man. But on terminal leave, when I was fapped out to Mar4 Pack, the MPs in Hawaii, which, by the way, I had an underage drinking, page 11. Totally different story, maybe for another time. Not necessarily my proudest moment. Still in my OMP up to this day. They were like, yeah, well, you're good. You could still be an MP. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't get NJP'd for it. I got taken care of. See?
Yeah.
Once
Yeah,
again,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the difference. You get taken care of, man. And that was something that Sergeant Major DeCosimo, he's like, you think I would be here today, brother? You know what I mean? So we talked about how we can advocate for Marines, especially on a drill field when guys are getting their faces melted off over dumb shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
And
remember
it happens a
Glass?
lot.
You remember Glass? You would have to hear the study of Glass when you went through DI school. You
I
remember
did.
that?
Yeah.
Telling you, man, some of the dumb shit the drill instructors, they just they don't understand, and it goes to their head. That's not what we're charged to do. We're charged to make a basically trained Marine, and there's no such thing, right? If you're a Marine, you earned it. Nobody, and they would say squeak through the cracks. And yes, there were times back when I was a drill instructor where the force went from 205,000 and it needed to be bumped up. You remember that? There was like a 4-year window. What did the Marine Corps do? In like 30 seconds, we had 235,000. So what's that mean? We're getting everybody and anybody, right? They're just because it's wartime, bro. Guess what?
Yeah.
We got to backfill,
That's
man.
right.
People are being lost over there on this global war of terrorism between Iraq and Afghanistan. Combat replacements were a thing when I was in 2.5.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I digress, but man, so I called my mom after the first tour, 99. And I was like, I'm done playing G.I. Joe, verbatim. That's what I told her. Because it's peacetime. What else am I gonna do? I didn't serve to be anything. I just wanted the challenge. Now I had the utmost respect for my service, and still do. I never was that Lance Corporal who was like, which I picked up Corporal in '98 while I was fapped out, and the guys there were like, "Why aren't you reenlisting?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, it's not my thing, bro. I mean, I want to broaden my horizons." You know what I mean? So I went to college, Forest City, Iowa. I went to Chicago. Can you still see me all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to plug in here. I got my Mad Ghost t-shirt on, man, when I was a operations chief. Fox Company, Fighting Fox, the Mad Ghosts of Milwaukee. Dude, I
Nice.
set up a ball there at the Harley Davidson Museum, dude.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Ride or die, dog. I
Yeah.
just got this. My wife and I, we got to just make sure that we're on the same page. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. She had me draw up a tattoo in cursive for her. It said whole lot. And that, whole lot ever. That's stuff we say. I love you a whole lot. All that. But
Oh, okay.
anyways, man, I hadn't had a tattoo since Jimmy Crackcorn before I, a while back, a few moons back, in Hawaii,
Right.
I got some eagle tattoos, a Grim Reaper, Angel of Death. We arranged the
Yeah.
meeting, right? We arranged the meeting. Let God sort them out, that kind of trash. But yeah, man. So amazing. And I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like my experience when I got out.
Yeah.
I think it made me the man and the Marine that I am, the father that I am, to have
Yeah.
served honorably and just privileged to be healthy and make it through boot camp with no setbacks. I mean, I still pinch myself today. We're on leave one time in 98, and my good buddy Kelly Allsbury came with me, and another guy who taught me to play guitar on the USS Independence, Ben Lear. We were doing Garth Brooks, man. I think I got the CD set of Garth Brooks, and we would
Yeah.
listen to it down in there, Ship security, man. Well, I'll come back to that, but yeah, in that night, 98, I had a Z28 Camaro my dad got for me, dude. It was metallic red T-tops, bro. 1993 Camaro. I don't know if you can picture the body style.
Nice.
So I've been driving it, man, and the damn thing would just kind of shut off intermittently, like at low
Mhm.
speeds. So we take it to the shop, and they're like, "Yeah, you just need to blow the fucking carbon out, man. You're good." So could you imagine a 19-year-old Marine being told by the mechanic that I need to blow out the carbon on a fuel injected, like tuned port injection? We're talking it zips, bro, and the freaking back end kicks out on that girl, man. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I'm out there in Seattle in Redmond, Washington. You familiar with this? Redmond
Yep.
Mustangs, Microsoft. You heard of
Mhm.
Microsoft before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think most folks have. Redmond, Washington,
Yeah.
dude. Like professional athletes from the Seattle Supersonics would run around our track while we were practicing. It was awesome, an amazing
Wow.
experience. Yeah, and I came from as a freshman at a 0-500 team. Had in SeaTac, Tacoma, Seattle Tacoma, SeaTac. You
Uh-huh.
know, we went to we moved. I didn't get invited back for my sophomore year. If you know what I'm saying. This was in SeaTac, man. And my younger sister Leah, who's since passed, God rest her soul, she was not getting along either. Seattle's a melting pot, man. And I had some American Samoan friends, dude. I had some crazy stuff, bro. But at 14 years old, dude, I was as big as I was 190 pounds. I played
Yeah.
tailback for a team that couldn't win because you dip into your freshman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to run a couple plays, whatever. But we moved to Redmond, and I forgot what I was talking about. What happened when we moved to Redmond? That was where I joined the Marine Corps, right?
The
Yeah,
yeah.
2 weeks after high school, man. 2 weeks after high school, I'm on the Freedom Bird, or the lack thereof. No more freedom, where your life will forever be changed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, whatever, how it is, little nerves on the plane and stuff. And I'm getting
Yeah.
off in the middle of the night, in San Diego. I'm 18, and they're yelling and stuff, and we're freaking locking our damn bodies, and they're telling us to stand up straight. Friggin' put your thumb along your trouser seams, roll your palms back, stop trash, scream it! Right? That type of shit. And we get our hair cut and all that, man. And I'm just like, this ain't nothing, dude. But after the first couple of weeks, man, just like anybody, it's like, what in the hell? Because I didn't
Oh
know,
yeah.
man. I mean, my dad was a Marine back in the 70s, Vietnam era. I
Mhm.
think that he raised his right hand to support defense Constitution of the United States like anybody else. But he, like many parents, see a path for their kids that doesn't include service, right? Like just like the
True.
saying that goes, if there's going to be war, let it be in my time so that my children can live in
Mhm.
peace, right? Like nobody wants to
Right.
do that, dude. And I don't think I even wrapped my mind around how stupid it was until I was getting out of the Marine Corps and I'm talking to a Navy doctor and explaining to them for the first time that, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna get you some follow-up counseling. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about a VSO earlier today, man. I was so lucky because here's the thing, bro. I did some of the craziest things you could do. I've been alpine Ice climbing, I've been down, and I wasn't the best mountain warfare instructor that ever lived, bro. Trust me, the climbing
Yeah.
scared the shit out of me, dude. And I'm not necessarily scared of heights, but there at Mountain Warfare Training Center, bro, they have something called the Snickers bar, man. It was lane 13 or 9, if I'm not mistaken. Like you would have to be X amount of feet. This is like 15 feet off the ground, maybe 20 higher, right? It's like a sheer rock face. All you have is a
Oh my God.
Snickers bar, right? And you have to place your own protection. We're lead climbing. This is part of the climbing test, right? We're lead
Yeah.
climbing. You put a little metal thing with a wire hanging out of it into the rock face, clip your carabiner, you get to tie your own rappel seat, and you got to freaking keep lead climbing, bro. Well, in the civilian world, it takes sometimes 3 years to a decade before people lead climb. Well, guess what? Week fucking 5 of Summer Mountain Leader course, you're lead climbing, and you could fall to your death. You know what I mean? Or there were guys
Oh
and
my
students that
God.
broke their legs doing this shit, man. I'm 36 years old over here, bro. Give or take.
Yeah.
I'm in my
I
30s.
couldn't
I
do
don't
it.
know. I'm not going to do the math. And it's just like, you got to be kidding me, man. You got to be
That's
kidding me. And
wild,
there's
man.
lane 1 through lower training area. If there's mountain warfare guys, or if you ever been in a unit and you climb those walls, bro, dude, a night climbs, dude, tug on the rope, you can't talk. Like, dudes are falling off those. Oh,
Oh God.
oh my, dude, it was freaking crazy, dude. Oh, so amazing. So I'm pinching myself, right? Whether I
Yeah.
crashed my Camaro on leave, that thing went end over end, dude. I kicked it in Seattle, man. What Redmond Woodinville Road, bro, is covered in moss. Well, I'm dumb, dude. It's like
Yeah.
slick. This is Seattle.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it rains 300 days out of the year in Seattle.
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Mount Rainier, you can't see it, but maybe, I don't know, a handful of times a year. Maybe that's overzealous, or again, I'm putting too much frosting on the cupcake. But that's kind of what I do sometimes. So you got to keep me honest. Take it with a grain of salt. But I'm telling you, dude, here's the thing. Kelly Ellsbury's in the passenger seat, right? And Ben
Uh-huh.
Lear's in the back. He's sitting in the middle, and he's a Ford guy talking to me.
Okay.
We were on the ship together. He taught me guitar. We're like, ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding. He's teaching me like the beginning of Friends in Low Places, bro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
oh, man, I'm telling you. I had a guitar, dude. I bought a guitar when I was fapped out the MPs. And in those barracks rooms, you had slats. There was no AC. You
Mm.
just need, because it's 85 to 90 year round, bro. That's how beautiful
Yeah.
it is. And up on the hill, a Mar 4 pack was really awesome. The generals were legit, dude. They treated us with more respect than them. They're like, hey, how you doing today, Devil Dog? Like inspiring, dude. Like, sir, friggin' trying to report my post. It's like, shut up, dude. This is Mar 4 pack. Chillax, dude, because they know we're fapped out. We're infantrymen. They're like, you're getting out of the Marine
Yeah.
Corps, chill, you know. And I had a guitar sitting up against Griffith, and I were roommates. We were fapped out. The one that Bowles told him, like, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
said, mean what you say and say what you mean. And by the way, you can't bullshit a bullshitter because it takes one to know one. And guess what I am? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And on
That's
my
great.
Facebook page, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying that's great.
Oh man, I'm telling you. On my Facebook page, I have pictures of Bowles and Schmilar, Czechoslovakian 7-foot, ridiculously ripped dude. Mike, not Mike Bolduc. He was part of First Platoon on the USS Independence, but Dykema. There's another Mike that has a B, and it's escaping me. If I had my buddy on, I could phone a friend, But Chris Bowles, Schmilar, and then I think this other kid. He was a rich kid type, right? But it's like, why did you join the infantry?
Mhm.
It's like, well, sometimes them rich kids that grow up in gated communities, they get made fun of in the infantry because usually we're from the streets, you know what I mean, or like some rural place in Iowa. Or what the hell am I gonna
Yeah.
do? Bag groceries and farm? Like, yeah, I'm gonna go see the world.
Yeah.
I'm gonna join the most elite fighting force ever known to man, the United States Marine Corps. That's what I'm saying. My dad was
Absolutely.
16, told him he was 17. He was tired
Oh,
of
geez.
Hesterville, Iowa. He dropped out of high school, man.
Wow.
You know what I mean? He didn't know his ass from the hole in the ground. His boot camp experience totally different than mine, dude. Like, I'm not gonna say
Mhm.
it's private pile because I don't know, but he got effed with, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Drill instructors smell blood in the water. What do?
Oh yeah, they're gonna go for it. Yeah.
Yep, just like at the tank, sharks, man. Oh, good quarterback. I got one of my campaign covers. I used to say, "Get my frying pan." and they're gonna fry. You're gonna fry like bacon, and that's what I tell them. You can see it right here. Let me turn it around. They painted it
That's
with
good.
acrylics, bro.
Frying pan.
Can you see it all?
I can't really see it very good.
It says quarterdeck, and that kid in the bottom left is screaming. He's dying, is what he is. And that's a frying pan that says quarterdeck, and the smoke's coming up, and they're
Nice.
freaking running place war cry, high knees. They're screaming, and the smoke's coming off. But yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's awesome.
Molon Labe, they put on that one. Maybe you can't see it, but if you look at my Facebook page, Mike Hudson, Captain Hudson at the time, recon background, was our CO going into Iraq, and we had the Molon Labe symbol on our gun trucks, the mobile assault platoon. It was awesome, dude. It was just ridiculous. As the trains would blow that plane out of the sky.
Yeah. Hey,
Train.
I'm telling you, we get a lot of trains.
That's all. Where you at,
trains
man?
here. I'm in Oklahoma, Sallisaw, Oklahoma.
Where the
and
wind
trains
goes
come
sweeping through
here.
the plains.
It is true. Yeah. Although I'm on the east side, so we're the foothills of the Ozarks. So we don't have the plains here. But you go about, I'd say, 50 miles or so west, and that's where it starts.
Them Paris Island jokers, they say the right side. Talking about the East
right.
Coast.
That's right.
The East. You
That's
say the
right.
East Coast, the right side. I mean
Yeah, the
they
right
were like,
side.
oh, the left coast. Yeah, we're the right side. Wink, wink. It's like, okay. All right. Yeah. And it wasn't easy, man.
good.
And Juan Segura, he was a first sergeant for Charlie Company there, first crew training battalion when I was there. I checked in April 2008. Juan and the Bravo Company first sergeant, they checked in a little after me. But Juan Segura he got picked by base. I was told that the regiment was too close. Juan Segura and I got told we had base sergeant and the RTR sergeant major up at the general's building to decide. And they just asked us some questions, man. And I told them, just like I told RT, I'm Nic Cooklin, and I believe in keeping the right moral compass and basically train Marines. And I'm just like the order would say, and I was pretty passionate about it. And I said that at the regiment. Sergeant Major Adcox was there, Sergeant Major Underwood, Sergeant Major DeCosimo, and they said it was too close to call. It was just because Juan Segura is a pipe hitter, man. He looks like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. If you look him up, man, he's a good piece of gear, a great leader. We bumped heads on a couple of occasions, but I love that guy. He's a Marine to the ground. Better than me in a lot of ways with respect to what we were talking about before, but he got the job, man. I went to Recruit Processing Center. It kind of felt like the scraps, but it ended up being just like my recon experience to machine gunner to see for 2 years every recruit that came on the. Now, don't get me wrong. I wasn't the buses because if it was any of my drill instructors, they know I wasn't there all the time. Like, I'm not going to BS here, but I was the company first sergeant that was in charge of that for 2 years. I mean, we're talking about visits from the Secretary of the Navy to the Commandant, to the damn Sergeant Major Marine Corps. Sergeant Major Black would show up. The colonel that wrote me an amazing fit rep that inevitably got me selected to first sergeant, he like topped me out. You know what I'm saying? Christmas tree. I'm saying
nice.
Colonel Gregory, because he did some things do right. A lot of people. They have 90 days to plan. I think you're spinning your wheel.
Yeah, I'm going in and out. So, but you're good. Keep going, man.
Still there, man? Well, I'm still having trouble
here.
connecting.
You're having trouble?
You still there, brother?
I'm here.
Well, that's what it said. I just read. Now, I guess we're back online. Or maybe we're good.
Yeah, mine goes in and out sometimes. I've got the Starlink, so.
Well, that's that high speed stuff, though. That's that dang. What's his name? Tesla.
Elon Musk. Yeah, his stuff.
Yeah, and he. Okay, I'll be darned. You're high speed, bro. I'm out here on 5G farmland. I don't even have my internet in here.
Nice.
There's a tower right up the way, though. So if I get brain cancer in a minute, don't say that. See, don't put that in the universe. I'm good. But
yeah. Nice. Oh my gosh, it's good.
So awesome, dude. I ended up getting relieved from recruit processing company, which by the end they called it Sierra Company. Well,
Uh-huh.
I was telling you earlier, and I apologize, I'm bouncing around. The reason
No,
that
you're
they
good.
changed the company names, or at least the reason we were told, which we didn't care for, but you know, it's commander's intent. You know, it's coming from up top, right?
Mhm.
It just is what it is. And I used to say to a lot of Marines who went on to be sergeant majors. So I believe that my experience on the civilian world as a father, having gone to Waldorf College for a year and got a 4.0, and I don't say that again to pat myself on the back, but it's part of my story in that I
Mhm.
took a couple psychology classes. And when I was in Iraq, the Euphrates River, which is mentioned in the Bible, which I just learned not too long ago, it has significance in the Bible. And I have, to be honest, haven't really read, but if you Google goggle it, it'll tell you. Between Haditha, a lot of people know about the Haditha massacre. Not so many people
Mhm.
know about Barwana, where we were at. But anyways, I digress. Just an amazing, amazing. Like I'm still every day learning stuff about my service, and I'm piecing it
Yeah.
together. And that's part of what can be intimidating. Is like, well, how am I going to be viewed, and who's going to see this? Well, for me, I'm not looking at it through that lens, and I didn't in the Marine Corps. I had nothing to prove
Mhm.
when I went back in. I just knew that that seemed like my calling. Is that fair? Does that make
Right.
sense? And
Yeah.
that's just, and so that's what I did, man. My prior service recruiter was like, all right, man, we got you set up, bro. Got you orders to Hawaii. And I was like, no freaking way, dude. As a machine gunner, like I didn't want to go to Pendleton or Lejeune because I didn't know. And I had such an
Yeah.
amazing experience out in Hawaii. I would love to take my wife, my young 2-year-old daughter, and my pregnant wife with Amber out to Hawaii where we could enjoy, even if I deployed, they could live the dream.
Yeah.
Waikiki, and it did, man. It happened. And there was a moment there where I was on the fence. You ever have like call it a
Oh yeah.
crossroad? Maybe even call it the crux, right? In climbing, you get that
Mhm.
crux, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, dude, I was like, man, I don't know. And he could tell that I was starting to doubt myself. My mom
Mhm.
cross stitched this for me. Uh,
Oh, that's cool.
my first tour, and it's Isaiah 40:31. It's got the eagle and the mountains. It took her a long time to
Mhm.
do this, but it's very special to me. Obviously, it says 1995 to 1999. Mom, she cross stitched it. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. And Isaiah 40:31, it just was so powerful for me. People want to know, like, how did you do it? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? I'm like, I
Yeah.
didn't. It wasn't me, bro. If it were me, dude, of my own doing, there's no way I would have even had the courage on my own and my
Yeah.
faith, man, and what was imbued in me. This is my shop here. I got some cool stuff I used to have up in my office.
Nice.
History of the Marine Corps, some of the uniforms. I had that in my office in Alpha Company. I was just like way over the top with some of this moto gear, dude. And I had this. I got this stick, Sergeant Major DeCosimo, first crew training battalion sergeant. He gave me the stick for Alpha. 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 Oh, here we go. You got the stick right there. We're talking about discipline and fortitude, man. Discipline
Oh
and
my gosh.
fortitude. Second Battalion, Fifth Marines. Privileged to
Yeah.
serve those some of the most talented young Marine. You know, retreat hell. This is War Cross, man. War
Yeah.
Cross. First Sergeant's Hill, man. In Mateo, Infantryman's
Mhm.
Paradise, and this is this is at the end here. You probably can't see that. I don't know if you know what that is. That's Indian, not Native American. We talked about that earlier today.
Mhm.
But I
Yeah.
digress. That's the end of trail right there. That's kind of how I feel
Mhm.
sometimes. It's kind of worn out from the trail, but it ain't like that, man. This is Okinawa. My good buddy Kelly's in there. I got oh
Nice.
man, Heckendorn, Schmilar, and Dykema. These are like huge. Heartbreak Ridge. I was trying to talk about it earlier today. Eagles are a
Mhm.
thing for me, in case you don't know. Uh, right here, you can't see that. My lighting's horrible. This is an M1 buttstock, an
Yeah.
old, crusty, retired sergeant major. He became a pen pal with me when I was Alpha Company first sergeant, and he would write me, and he's like, "Hey, look, here's the deal." I would get the mail at the office.
Mhm.
Someone's like, "Hey, we got mail for you from First Crew Training Battalion to the Alpha Company first sergeant." Well, turns out all of First Battalion first sergeants he sent mail to, and this leatherneck. Um, this retired sergeant major. Guess what state he's from?
I don't know.
Oklahoma. He was out
Nuh-uh.
on a ranch, old guy. I'm sure he's passed by now. There was a time where we talked for a long time, even after I retired, about stuff. And he was a great counsel to me. You talk about mentorships and you don't choose your
Mhm.
mentor, man. It was nuts for me, bro. It was nuts. And
Nice.
some, I think I talked to some of the other first sergeants, and they didn't make the same connection. But maybe I was more in need of it than they were. But it was amazing for me. And there actually was a Army Navy surplus, but mostly just Marine Corps stuff right outside of
Mhm.
Paris Island. And that
Yeah.
guy who runs that is also retired sergeant major from recruit training regiment there on Paris
Hmm.
Island. And he knew this guy that I was talking about. I bought a pair of leathers that I'll be wearing to the ball here, Buffalo
Nice.
Ridge Leathernecks. Post 1463, I joined a couple weeks ago to their 250-year Marine Corps celebration. These leathers, I'll be wearing them with a suit because I don't have my red hat yet. And because I doubt I'm gonna fit into my blues. I doubt I'm gonna fit into my blues. The commandant, he got out as a lance corporal. I just talked to him the other day, and
Yeah.
he says he's backbone of the Marine Corps. I was like, you're damn right. That's what I'm talking about, man. The treasurer for this detachment is a Navy corpsman. Um,
Nice.
but they're Vietnam vets, you know what I mean? And my
Mhm.
mom's cousin Tom Childs, he sent me a coin, Buffalo Ridge detachment coin. It's by my
Mhm.
fireplace. It's up on the mantle along with my shotgun. But anyways, when I was still in South Carolina, and it's just crazy because after I got out, I was out for 2 years and I did the landscape thing. I was living the dream, man. And
Mhm.
here I am in Northwest Iowa, and he didn't mess with me for a year. We've been here for a year, and all of a sudden he messages like, "So, 250-year celebration, you know what I mean? Kind of like you out of the blue, like for real, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay, you want me to do what? Talk live on the damn my story, you know? Like I don't need to be. People don't. I don't even know, man. So over the past year, I've done a lot of reflection, man, between the cruise books and all
Yeah.
that. And I got to say, it's good to be an American, and I think that we need to bring that back. Maybe not to the point that it got, but with a healthy resolve and respect for what it means to live in this country and those like-minded individuals that would sign a blank check
Mhm.
to defend the
Yeah.
Constitution of the United States. That is an honor and a privilege, the likes that I personally and maybe naively don't know of another honor higher than that. So man, it's been such a ride, dude. And at my retirement, um were were some really cool people. It's a select few. Only so many people can do it and can make it
Yeah.
the trip. You know what I mean? So,
Right. Yeah,
but
yeah,
boy, the
yeah.
ones that showed up, it just made so much sense. Retired Sergeant Major Cad, who was my first sergeant, and Force Lima 3-3, who threw the sergeant chevrons on the table and said, "Go put them on, change over." And I'm like, "I, first sergeant. What the hell?" I'm like, "Oh shit, what's going on? Like, how am I a sergeant, man? Like, what is this?" And it was like I felt like, dude, did I earn this? But turns out I had the cut score for sergeant on terminal leave back in '99, and I didn't even know.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's wild.
stinking nuts, stinking nuts. But yeah, first sergeant Cad. So he worked at right there in Beaufort, retired in Beaufort, man, just like I did.
Mm. Yeah.
But yeah, I was the guidon bearer in country. So you know how some people will be like stoked that they were the company honor man at boot camp,
Mhm. Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I was GP, bro. I had a damn Eagle Globe and Anchor. I'm sorry, I had a bulldog tattoo going into boot camp.
Mhm.
Guess how many
Going
times they
into
mentioned
boot
it?
camp.
Yeah,
Oh, probably every night.
never, not once.
Really?
Yeah, the USMC wasn't there, but if you look at that bulldog, you can't see because it's old and worn out. But
Yeah.
the number 51's on the shoulder, and one of my best buddies from high school, Greg Clausen, he had number 50.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was more of a
Very nice.
WWF reference. There was like a couple of brothers. I think they even have a Netflix show on them, but they were like the Bulldogs, like Bulldog. It
Oh,
was a
yeah.
cool tattoo. Yeah, you had a British Bulldog, but then
Yeah.
you had the Steiner brothers. You remember the Steiners,
Yeah, the
dude?
Steiners. Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Diners,
yeah.
you got Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, all that trash, whatever, whatever. It's just fake, right? But but man, 5150,
That
man.
was
My
the
number was 51.
that was the
What's
good
up?
time though, man. That was the good time back in those Hulk Hogan era, Roddy
Oh,
Piper. You had all those guys, man.
Roddy. Macho Randy said, "Oh yeah, dude, 100% agree." But that was our time, and we were impressionable at that time. So I would never say. But I know that Michael Jordan's the best that ever. Don't even get me started, dude. The
I
'90s,
love it.
man. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling the Bears, the '85 Bears, dude. Like the Dallas Cowboys, Bo Jackson, Barry
Oh,
Sanders. Like
dude.
these,
Yeah,
man.
man.
You're talking like Herschel Walker, O.J. Simpson was on trial. Whatever, man. It was
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
It takes me back, man. Takes me back. But what have I been doing since I retired? You didn't ask me because I've
Yeah.
been running my
Yeah. What
damn
have you been
lips.
doing since you, yeah. What have you been doing?
The camera froze on me, dude, and I can't select. There it goes. Are we there? There we go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've been coaching Little League baseball. My son Orioles team. That right there is Jay
Nice.
Gibson. There's Jay Gibson. And then there's me and my son. We got a little trophy runner up. We got beat by a team called the Yankees. They were bad, dude, but we were undefeated other than them. That guy was a drill instructor. He got relieved because he did something stupid. And I know he doesn't care if I say something. Where's he at? Right there. He got relieved from my company, Paris Island, which is too bad
Mm.
because it was dumb, man. Like it was something like they let them have Marine Corps martial arts gloves and do some little tap out in the squad bay. Well, as you know, only
Mm.
authorized martial arts training is in the pit or whatever. So it was something dumb,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, your judgment on that wasn't real hot, was it? He's like, no. So he owned up to it, but it's like, fuck, man,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
were eating it up, man. Like these are damn leathernecks, like the tattoo policy, bro. I'm over here like, yo, dude, you got the U.S. girls soccer team with fucking full sleeves. You're telling me I can't,
Yeah.
whatever.
That's true, man.
Yeah, and that's where I was at on it. And everybody, I kept my mouth shut, and I get it, and I do understand. We want a clean reputation, all that we do.
Yeah.
We got to
Yeah.
keep our honor clean, all that stuff, man. But I'm telling you, it's
Well, hey,
crazy.
uh, I think we're going to have to cut this one because I got to do another one here in a couple of minutes. But
Yeah,
you
man.
want to come back on and do some more?
All day, every day, man. Let me know. Say when. You know what I'm saying? Say when.
Got you, man. Yeah. So we'll schedule another time and have you back on, and we'll finish reminiscing and just having fun, man.
I'm thankful for you, brother. Thanks for inviting me to this deal. It's been therapeutic for me, to say the least. I appreciate
Absolutely,
it.
man. Absolutely. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close it out like I always do. For everybody out there, if you're struggling, need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA has some great resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255 or go to veteranscrisisline.net and click on the chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life lost is one too many. I care about you. I know Nick cares about you. The whole veteran community cares about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies you serve with, ask them how they're doing. And if they need that helping hand, please give it to them. And ride or die. That's right. I love it.
Love you,
Hey,
brother.
man, thanks
Semper
again.
Fi.
Yeah,
Semper
Semper Fi. We'll
Fi.
get you back on here.
You seen that video with the dude playing the trumpet? Semper Fi.
Yeah.
He throw the flag out.
Yeah, that's
Semper
right.
Fi!
With the hymn.
Yeah, man. Love you, brother.
Awesome.
We'll talk again.
All right, man. You guys stay motivated. Change your socks.
No more 22. Honor the journey and finish the fight.